All right, hello and welcome back to Probably Shouldn't Be Recording This, episode 18. I am your affable host, Josh Love, and today's episode is going to be a little more subdued than normal. Excuse me. The only thing I have written down on my notes is it says, let's talk about testicles. I don't like saying that word, so we're going to talk about balls, particularly my balls. And no, it's not going to be one of those podcasts. Um, the reason we are talking about my balls is a few days ago, I noticed that I could feel them. Now, for any of my women listeners, if you guys are not aware, your balls should be a lot like your nose and ears. You shouldn't feel them unless something is wrong with them. Um, and I noticed that they felt much, much larger. And, I was kind of worried about it. And then I waited till my wife got home. I didn't want to look myself. It's kind of hard for me to look myself. But I waited until my wife got home and I had her look, and she definitely informed me that one was very much bigger than the other. And after finding that information out, I did a self check of my boys, and I felt a lump. And that immediately maybe kind of sort of sent me into a bit of a tailspin. I got a doctor's appointment the next day, and um, couldn't really sleep. So I went to work and worked from midnight until 5 in the morning, and then I went to my doctor's appointment, and the doctor, you know, I dropped trowel, which is always such a humiliating experience for a man when the doctor has to sit on a chair or get on their knees, and you have to drop your pants. And he took one look and literally said the words, "Oh boy," and felt around and had me pull up my pants and everything and all that. Um, And he confirmed. He said, yep, definitely felt a lump too. We're going to send you for some imaging, um, both on your scrotum, which is maybe the medical term, I'm not sure, and my abdomen to see if maybe possibly it is a hernia. Um, the reason I'm telling you guys this is it's basically the tagline of my show. Talking to myself is cheaper than therapy. So I'm just gonna talk this out with you guys. Put things out there in the universe to make it so. I mean, because as a man, when you feel a lump on your testicles, what do you immediately go to? Cancer. And there are certain forms of cancer that do run in my family. Um, Testicle cancer, I do not believe is one of them, but testicular cancer, excuse me. Um, when you feel a lump where there shouldn't be a lump, it's very concerning. And I mean, it could be a multitude of things. It could be a cyst. It could be a hernia. It could just be inflammation. It could form its way into lumps and whatnot. So I'm nervous. I'm scared. I I go for imaging today in the afternoon, and I'll get some more answers then. Um, but yeah, I'm scared. I I got my wife and other people. You'd be like, don't worry, it's nothing. Everything's going to be fine. And I do believe that, but the pessimist that's in my brain is fully on board with, oh, it's going to be cancer. You're going to have to get chemotherapy. They're going to have to remove your testicle. Um, so I immediately go to worst case scenario. I unfortunately think that's a very human trait to have, is to immediately go to the worst case scenario. Um, and I mainly want to record this for my other fellow men. Don't be afraid to check down there every once in a while, especially, like I said, if you can feel it, something's going on. Um, I'm getting to the age where I should start getting cancer screenings and all that kind of stuff. So maybe this is a good thing, but I mean, I still don't know what it is. I'll get some answers today. Um, Not gonna lie, your boy's nervous. I don't know what's gonna happen. Um, Hopefully, I can come on here next week and say, you know what, everything's okay. It was just this. I'm on antibiotics now. Everything's fine. Um, but I don't know. And it would be fitting, honestly, where I'm finally taking all these steps to improve my life, improve my health, and then bam, serious illness. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Um, but I just wanted to come on here and kind of let you guys what's going on with me in case episodes aren't dropping or whatever. And yeah, it's pretty nerve wracking. What is also nerve wracking is, as an American, dealing with insurance companies with any kind of, if you ever need a CAT scan, this, that, and the other, guess what? None of that shit is covered by insurance. So I will have to pay out of pocket for two different oh my gosh, two different oh my god, I can't even think of what it's called right now. The two different things where they look at your, it's not a mammogram, but it's a, oh my god, what is it called? Hold on, I gotta look and see what it's called. I feel so stupid right now, but I can't think because I'm so worried about what's gonna happen to me. Um, Ultrasound, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have to pay out of pocket for two different ultrasounds, and it's I need these to figure out what's going on with me. I can't just let it go. But the fact that this kind of stuff is not covered under, and I have a good insurance plan. I pay over $200 a month for my insurance through my work. And I, you know, this is why people don't go to the doctor. This is why people die so much earlier in life, because they don't want to go to the doctor and rack up all of these medical bills. It's just, it's unfair to us as humans. Like, and there's a good chance, I mean, I'm going to have to use my credit card, which I don't want to do because I just literally got out of credit card debt. I'm going to have to use my credit card, and I don't want to do that, but if I don't, they can literally refuse service to me. And I understand why, you know, they don't want to do payment plans, because then people won't pay. And I get that. But at the same time, it should always be an option. Because, man, people need to get this kind of potentially life-saving stuff. They need it. And they're not able to because insurance companies won't cover it. Or they'll cover a portion of it, but you're still, as a consumer, still having to spend $250, $300. Like, there's a couple of tests my wife needs to do, but you know, they wanted to charge her $1,500 after insurance. So, I mean, this, I guess, is my small PSA for fucking free healthcare. Because goddamn, they rake you over the coals with this shit. And, you know, it's not fair. But I mean, one of the hardest lessons you learn when you grow up, especially when you grow up poor, and you say the phrase, well, that's not fair, to your parents, they will always tell you, well, at least in my experience, that life isn't fair. We just have to deal with it. And I fucking hate that saying, but it's so true. And it's just another frustrating part about being an American, with our poor insurance, our poor president, our awful leadership, our terrible government. You top that off with shitty fucking insurance, and it's just, you know, it feels like quicksand. You try to get out, you sink deeper. And this country is not meant for lower to middle class people to ever stay ahead. And it's so beyond frustrating. So yeah, this is my very much plea for universal health care. We are basically the only sovereign nation that doesn't have universal health care. And I don't know. It's something that I have to do, and I'm worried and I'm nervous. I think things are going to be okay, but I don't know. I'm in limbo right now, so I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what it's going to be, and the waiting is killing me. Like, I almost had to wait until Monday to get this ultrasound scheduled. And can you imagine, like, not only is one of my balls 3 to 4 times the size that it normally is, and there's no pain, but I wouldn't be able to know until Monday. But luckily, my wife is a very smart person, and she told me, call the place, see if there's been any cancellations. They should be able to get you on the same day. And me being a good husband, I listened to my wife. I did what she said, and lo and behold, I'm getting my ultrasounds today rather than Monday. So that is that's going to be it for this episode. I'm sorry it's a bit of a downer. Next week will not be as such a downer, and you'll definitely get an update on my health and everything. But yeah, that's going to do it. If you guys are going anywhere, make sure you go with love. I love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.